Alright, what's up gang, I'm Justin. Welcome back to another Rust console video. I know it's been a long time since I said that shit. But before we get into this video, I just want to say quickly, thank you guys for all of the Rust support over the last year. I know more than half of my channel came from Rust console, and I just want to say thank you guys for the support. I know it's been like almost 6 months since I've actually posted a Rust video, and I feel really bad about that because I was one of the guys that said I was gonna like grind this game and become one of the top people in Rust console and all that, yada yada yada. And I did try for a solid 6 months. I did grind this game, and in my defense, I did play this game for like a whole year solo, so that kind of led to burnout, and on top of being jumped by like 5-man groups and the lack of community servers and all of that shit, and but besides that, despite that, the game still seems to be going in a good direction update wise. I did hop on a couple days ago and it did feel still like stuttery and kind of laggy, but they did have a lot of content updates since the last time I've made a video, so that's what this video is going to be about. It's basically going to be a Rust recap. Again, since the last time I played, there's been a lot of updates for Rust console, content updates, bug fix updates, and a lot of skin updates for some reason. Still no community servers, but it seems to be a skin drop almost weekly, which is kind of backwards. They also did a pretty big update for the free gun server over on the public testing branch side, the experimental version of the game. They added the Tommy and like the L96 sniper and a bunch of other stuff into the game, but the one thing that's still throwing me off about this is that they never bothered to fix the spawns. Like, everyone still spawns on the beach and it's basically just first person to shoot you as you spawn. You spawn with 40 health. I don't know why they don't just make you spawn with full health. You spawn with a full inventory of guns. Even though you have pumpkins and stems in your inventory, they spawn you with a full inventory or a full hotbar of guns, which is completely backwards. But hopefully one day we get another update that kind of fixes all this and makes the public testing branch playable. Alright, now let's get into the actual content updates that's been released over the last 6 months. There have been like 3 or 4 big content updates released since my last video. First one we're going to go over is going to be Devastation Unleashed, which basically only added like the tech tree. It did some changes in the tiers of weapons, but other than that, the big update was the tech tree. The next 3, which are the last 3 updates of Rust console, have been probably the biggest updates that we've seen so far. The first being the offshore blowout, which added oil rigs, small and large. This update at the time was the biggest update that we've seen in Rust console. It added a pretty large monument to the game. Oil rig is one of the more, or was one of the more requested monuments to come to the game when the game first came out. And one thing I will say about Rust console, even though the state of the game may not be in the best place right now, and a lot of people like to shit on the developers of Rust console, I will say that content updates from them, probably the most consistent that we've seen from recent developers in this generation. To have like 3 or 4 major content updates in 6 months is pretty crazy when you compare it to other games. But the game is in a pretty bad state over on the official server side, so I understand why people like to shit on it. And we don't have community servers, which I just don't understand why they can't turn the team option off on servers. But the next update is going to be a smaller update. It did add a monument, technically the fishing village, but that was literally it. And the most recent update to Rust console has to be the Oceanbound update, which added cargo in the water, which is another big monument. And like I said, to have these 3 or 4 updates back to back in 6 months is a pretty good for developers nowadays, and for people to be shitting on, especially the PC players. Like, I'm pretty sure in the first year of Rust on PC, you guys didn't have any of these monuments. I may be wrong, but for them to update this game as much as they have in a year, that shows a lot of dedication. And again, I'm not saying their work is finished, and I'm not saying they don't have shit that still needs to be fixed. I am the main advocate for community servers. I don't know what the fuck is taking that so long, but like I said, let's try not to shit on these people. They are a small team, and they have given us a lot of updates in a year, so Let's try to be understanding. But I do wish that they would stop dropping skins and work on community servers. It kind of seems like a little slap in the face when you're trying to get money from us, but you won't fix the shit that we're asking for. But that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. That was the recap of Rust from the past 6 months, maybe 8 months. But if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more Rust console news, more Rust console content, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.